Here we are once again. We had this happen with the Velma series, having people dislike the show being labeled as haters or misogynists, and now we are seeing the same thing happening to HBO Max's The Last of Us show, having episode 3 being pretty divisive, yet people on one hand loving the episode and the characters because of how emotional it was, as well as having this episode just being shot beautifully as well as being acted really well. And on the other hand, you have people arguing that the show isn't sticking to the source material of the game, as we have both Bill and Frank die at the end of the episode, which also makes it feel as if this was all a waste of time, building up the character Bill and then just having him die off at the very end of the episode. If you played The Last of Us Part 1, you know that doesn't happen, which made this episode be pretty divisive and also to an extent got review bombed on IMDb. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps a lot and I much appreciate it. This week on The Last of Us, we were treated to the ballet Bill and Frank, two gay men who build a beautiful life together for themselves despite facing the apocalypse. It was one of the best episodes of TV in years. There's no arguing about that, and that we are getting some of the best episodes in TVs from these past recent years. Now, this is where it starts to get juicy. However, the internet is full of homophobes and haters, and they love to ruin things. This time, they are trying to ruin The Last of Us ratings by review bombing the show on IMDb. Once again, pulling those cards out continuously when in reality, you're going to have diehard fans who enjoy the game's story and want the show to stick to that. And with episode 3, we know that wasn't the case. While the first two episodes have stellar averages of 9.3 and 9.2 respectively, that score dropped by an entire point for episode 3, which is considered by far the best episode of the series by most critics. Oh my god, guys, The Last of Us show dropped an entire point. This is so terrible. Are you serious? Having an episode still be an 8 out of 10 is still great, especially when it comes to entertainment in today's day and age, as most things that get produced often end up being received terribly. This is still an absolute win, even with the episode being rated at an 8 out of 10. And this episode was considered the best episode in the series, but it was also considered one of the worst in the series because of what they did to Bill and not sticking to the source material. The episode takes off the focus of Joel and Ellie to tell us about Bill and Frank, a rugged survivalist and a man who falls into one of his booby traps. After Bill helps Frank out of the trap, the two fall in love and build a life together. It's an episode with brilliant writing, stunning performances, and a perfect love story. Unfortunately, the fact that it's a gay love story is making some viewers mad enough to give the episode a 1-star rating. Viewers are not mad that it's a gay love story. For Christ's sake, in game, it was hinted at Bill and Frank's relationship was that they were a gay couple. It was hinted at that. You had Ellie find a adult magazine that was for gay men in Bill's truck. It was hinted at. They're not pissed off at that. They're pissed off that they butchered Bill's character and having him die off at the end of the episode. And it made it feel as if it was a waste of time and that this episode wasn't needed in general if they were going to do that with Bill's character. And right here, if we go to IMDb, so Last of Us episode 1, it had a 70,000 reviews with a 9.2 rating. And it just slowly goes down until we get to episode 3 with 138,000 ratings at a 7.9. And 28% of all those ratings are rated at a 1, with 38,000 ratings coming from people. But then again, all these people are going to be called homophobes and misogynists because of them not enjoying the gay love story that The Last of Us show decided to do in episode 3. Although we're still having 54.5% of people giving this episode a 10 out of 10. And even with this episode sitting at a 7.9 out of 10, that is still an achievement in itself. And many shows can't accomplish that. Anyways, I like to hear your thoughts on this. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.